really amazing creations from EBS. The first one that we're demoing here is a collaboration from with a very, very, very special bass player to all of our hearts. He's one of the trailblazers. He made solo bass playing and high tech upright bass playing, like musicianship, like high end gear, like with Alembic. Mr. Stanley Clarke. This is
legend,
absolute legend. So this was designed with him and his sound tech. They actually took the prototypes on the road with them with real world applications. You'll notice that we've got a microphone in the front because there is actually a microphone input. So like when you're playing an upright bass or an acoustic bass, you really and of course, you can control the A and B channels with this. If you want another 1/4 inch going in, you flip the switch. If you want the XLR being the one for the B channel, you flip the switch to the XLR. And the reason this was designed is that Stanley wanted and needed something that could handle the upright characteristics, specifically in like the lower frequencies, and also like when you're playing different stages, you need to find like, where's the feedback coming from? Because the bass is, the upright bass is a big acoustic instrument. It's prone to feeding back because of the lower frequencies or even like mid-range frequencies that just go honk through there. So a lot of fine tuning, a lot of detail, and a lot of thought went into producing this to make it a very effective pedal that you could use for upright basses, as we said.
Right.
But it's not just limited to upright, by the way.
No.
I think this is actually, personally, I think this is a handy pedal for a lot of applications. They mentioned flamenco guitarists will flock to this thing. I think I would agree because of the tonal sculpting that you can get. Sub bass players too. If you want to play like a sub bass, like bass synth along with a bass guitar, like an electric bass guitar during a set, you have that option to seamlessly switch between the two. Sometimes you want to get the sub sounds. Sometimes you want more effects. So there's a lot of different tonal options out of this thing. And then so let's dive into a little bit to some of the EQ settings. First and foremost, the bass. They found, Stanley and his tech found that 40 hertz is really on the lower frequency. That's like the frequency that really the acoustic bass shines. So it's notched at 40 or
60.
Yeah, it's not just 40 hertz. Whereas most bass preamp pedals would be like anywhere between 60 and 100 hertz. Right. So this is at 40 hertz. It gets those deep lows to really pass through, like that pass through really well. A lot of air. The mids go up to the mids. Actually, it's a shift that you can go up to 2.5K, so you can get that upper end attack without like the clackiness. Of course, there is a filter on here that you can kind of like notch. Or you can have a high pass filter. You can select between the two. Personally, I like the high pass on the XLR because you get that high end attack and kind of like setting the filter back a little bit to like the point where it's not going to feed back with the ultra lows, but you want some mid-range information to come through. And of course, treble knob, that's going to be at 10 kilohertz, which is a good amount of top end. Again, I have it dialed back in here because the characteristics, since we don't have an upright bass here, we do have this.
This is my personal Taylor. I
Taylor
love
GS mini bass.
Love it.
So what we could try to replicate, actually those things do a really good job just with the pickup alone, replicating some really great upright sort of sounds. And then from there, you got the two channels. I would like to use, I would use this predominantly for the XLR, so the microphone that's picking up, and then the A channel, which is toggleable, which would be like the electric signal. So the piezo pickup here. So let's hear it. Let's hear how it sounds real quick.
Unmute us.
Volume I'm turning down. So right now. Hear that feedback coming through as I'm pulling it up. So I'm actually going to pull out some of the mids. I think it's a really great sound in the room. I got the bass kind of kicking. Woo! That feels good. Right about there. I'm not sure if you can see it. My big dumb hands are in the way or not. But it's right here. So what we got going on, I've got the high pass filter engaged here, and I'm actually going to switch over to the notched sound, and you can hear like the notch mid-range. Hear like, let's dial the gain back a little bit on the top one. It's really pushing. There it is. There, yeah. Whatever you're doing actually sounds kind of like an upright.
Yeah.
I'll switch back to the high pass filter. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the B channel really quickly. I'm not sure if there's a tight shot on the pedal itself, just to make sure what people are seeing. But I've got the A channel, which is just the piezo pickup. Now I'm going to dial that down. Keep playing, Jody. So that obviously nothing's coming through. Now we're just going to hear what sort of tonal shaping I did with just the microphone pickup or microphone going. So you can hear a lot of highs, a lot of mid-range. I'm pulling the mids out just a little bit. I'm going to pull the treble up. Nice attack and clarity out of that. So that's just to kind of get the top end snap. And now let's bring in the piezo again. Woo! Woo! Woo indeed! You'll notice down here, if there's phasing issues between the two channels, you can actually invert the phasing. I'm going to leave that alone. Also, upright players are really familiar with the type of pickup, the Electret pickup system. If it requires power, this actually can provide power to that. I'm not going to engage that. That's why there's a caution sign there, like, don't turn me on, don't turn the switch.
Unless you have that specific pickup for your upright.
It's going to pop, like pop.
Do not touch that button.
Don't touch that button. Don't touch that dial. Button. And then I've also got the filter. I've had it pretty much turned off because I have it set to notch. But let's see what happens. I'm going to turn it down a little bit just to be safe. When I hit the high pass filter on the bottom, that actually sounds incredible. What happens when you pick a little closer to the neck? When you
pick up here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even
more bass.
Nice little thing there, Mark.
Yeah, little trick. I feel like I need a martini. Oh, hey, good to see ya. Try the shrimp. This is a classy riff.
I just made it up on the fly. Don't steal it.
Don't steal it.
Don't steal it.
Don't steal it.
I'm sure it was stolen from someone else. Yeah, I mean, this thing sounds, man, it's so, like, I mean, this is no slouch from the Taylor, right? Like, decent bass, but this is not, I mean, I think I paid, $400 or $500 for this thing used. It's not like crazy, outrageous priced instrument, but sounds so good.
It's definitely designed to be like used with a pickup for sure, or with this. I mean, now you actually have the capability in the studio, especially.
What this thing is doing to bring this thing such to life is pretty spectacular.
Great studio tool. So of course you'll notice that there is an A plus B switch here. If you want to, right now I have it pushed in, so the A and B channels we're just going to blend by using the gain knobs by turning them up and down. Okay. If you want to toggle between two instruments or two different sounds, like sometimes you want to get like some songs are going to require more of a top end sort of EQing. If you want to switch between them, you flip this switch here, and then you'll notice that it switches to red. Yeah, so the A and B, it turns it off. When you push it, now we're in the B. And now I have the A turned all the way down. So watch, I'll turn it to A. Now you can turn it back in right there. You turn it up. So I like, if you're in a sort of fixed position, or if you have two pickups or whatever on the bass, I think the best option, like if you're sitting down like Jody is right now, if you're going to be in one spot and not moving around a whole bunch, then having A and B simultaneously is probably the way to go. If you do move around a whole lot, then I would obviously go and have toggling between A and B. Yeah. It's got a speaker sim on the back, which you'll hear that through the XLR, which we don't have this plugged in for the moment, but it's fixed, it's on there. It's a great sounding sound that the folks over at EBS put together. Also a ground lift, since it is a DI pedal as well. The ground lift, if you get that interference and stuff, you push that, kind of gets it away. It's got an effects loop, tuner out. Then the effects loop, you can have it running in series or parallel, which by switching this here, you can actually have the parallel switch going, which we don't have this going as an effects loop. We don't have any effects in the chain, so we're not utilizing that now, but definitely incredibly versatile pedal with, and it's, again, I can't emphasize this enough. While it was designed with uprights in mind, it's not something that you would exclusively use on an upright bass.
Right. So. And then it's also got a headphone input and a aux input too, if you were playing like MP3 player or something like that.
Yeah.
And just to mention that it also comes with its own power supply.
Yeah.
And obviously manual, stuff like that. And the manual is very informative, a lot of information there.
Right.
And then steel construction, solid. You're not going to break it. It's It's a serious.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to unplug this really quickly, and so we can actually switch to the other EBS pedal that we've got going on. You can probably grab the bass.
So how are we looking on this? We got a nice little picture on this micro bass here.
Yeah.
All right. We are muted. All right. I just want to turn all of this master down.
Did I do it wrong? Did I put the wrong cables in the wrong spots? Did I do that, you freaking dope?
No, you're good.
I'm good. You're good. Well, I'm good. What's happening? There we go.
No, I had you muted here.
He had me muted. Oh, I'm such a dork. What a freaking bahonkus I am.
So, first cool feature. Give me an open A, Mark. You're a little.
I'm a little low.
Out of tune
there's a tuner on there.
There's a tuner. So when you're in mute, you're automatically the tuner is activated. So this is the MicroBass 3.
Sure.
Again, I'm sure Mark, as I am, is quite familiar with the MicroBass pedals. I've been selling these things for years, back in my old days of working in music stores. This is just take your tone anywhere kind of pedal. Obviously similar to the Stanley Clarke pedal, kind of a similar looking package, but definitely got some different features. So just quickly, we've got our master.
Man, it's actually a chromatic tuner. Yeah, give me a little flat cymbal.
You've got your master volume, right? Blending between the two channels. This is your gain channel here, your drive channel. All the black knobs are going to control your drive channel. And then are you good, Mark? Let's unmute you. I like it. Now, typical EQ layout, you've got your mid-frequency boost and cut. You can select which frequency you want to boost or cut. Personally, I'm kind of a reductive guy, so I kind of find the most annoying frequency, cut it out of there, kind of clean up your sound a little bit. On your gain, you've got tone knob. We don't have the drive engaged just yet. Drive is going to be how much overdrive, distortion, gain you want out of your pedal. Then your clean side here, you've got a comp, and you can see it's lighting up pretty aggressively right now because I turned it up. And it's going to balance your kind of input-output levels. Then, again, typical EQ, we got bass.
Ooh, there it is.
Typical Mark. I'm going to dial back that comp just a little bit. Again, mid-frequency, boost, cut. You can find your frequency, and then, so frankly, what I like to do, turn that mid all the way up. Find the most annoying frequency. I don't like that. So then I dial it back a little bit, gives you scooping your mids just a little bit there, getting rid of that gnarly mid frequency I don't like. Treble, we all know what a treble knob does.
There
right?
it is.
You'll get a little bit more, get that pick sound in there, right?
There it is.
Got the gain input there. And then you've got a couple switches down here. Your bypass is going to bypass your EQ. Character switch is just going to completely change the tone of your signal. I kind of like it there. And then if you want to brighten it up, right? So now, I'm going to turn the drive channel on.
Yeah!
So what you'll notice here, if I turn this blend all the way up, it essentially turns it into two, you can bounce back and forth between each channel. Clean channel. Trying to find a level balance there, right? But I dial it back a little bit. You're getting a mix of both of the channels. But let's listen to the overdrive. So I'm going to turn this up to 100%. Again, find that frequency.
Whoa! Oh, right, that was the tone. Go back to wherever that was.
You want that there?
Right there. Woo! Crank it, crank it, crank it. Let's get the feedback. Let's get that
here we
fucking
go.
feedback up. Yes!
This guy.
Where are we with the drive? Let's crank that fucking drive up.
Oh,
Wow!
Wait. Now, try it now.
Yeah, man. Yeah! Whatever you just did, I love that.
That was the gain switch.
I'm a bad player. Very doomy. You are bewitched.
Mark loves the Doom.
I do love Doom. I'm a doomy guy with the skull ring.
So I'm 100% on this drive channel, just in the mid frequencies. You've got a gain high-low switch here.
Ooh.
Obviously, high is more gain. Then you've got a type switch. Thin, gonna take out some lows. Middle is bypass. And then when you're on the deep, you're gonna boost that low end, right?
Saturated and super loud and fucking bassy.
So its gain is all the way up right now.
Yeah, turn it up.
Turn it up. Sounds massive, massive, massive.
Wink.
Well, let's turn it dry.
Yeah, let's turn it down a little bit. Man, that's awesome. So, I'm going to have a hard time suggesting this, but
What's
do
that?
you want to give this pedal away? Because it fucking rips!
Man, I hope my wife is watching so she can apply and try and win this pedal.
Yeah, okay. How do we win this one? Same thing?
Same thing,
Yeah.
EBS. You're going to have to like their IG and their Facebook. You're going to have to like the Bass Nerds IG. You're going to have to like Bass Magazine Online IG. And that's it, right? No special requirements outside of that.
No.
Sorry, guys. I know camera guys. I keep moving this pedal. Again, similar kind of layout to the Stanley. You've got DIs on it. You got an effects return, send and return, an auxiliary in, headphone, all that stuff comes with the power supply. I don't know where I'm looking. Maybe I'll look over here. Yeah. Comes with the power supply. All those things. Really, well built stuff. And again, I've been selling these pedals for a very long time. I don't think I ever had one come back returned or damaged, or didn't work or anything like that. It's, really well built stuff.